Good afternoon, students. Through this video, I am connecting with you to teach economics chapter, macroeconomics chapter, production function. As in the previous chapter, we have studied about the consumer demand, its elasticity of demand. So obviously, for fulfilling this demand, there is a need to produce the goods. And here, with the help of various inputs, various factor of production, producer, they make use of various inputs for producing goods and services to fulfill the needs and want of the customer. In generally, this production term, it's not taking in a wide range, but in economics it cover a much wider range of activity, because in that arranging of raw material, it will many goods which is to be produced through pass through various stages of production, and then it will make the final good, finished good. So in economics, this production term cover a wider range of activity. Production. First of all, I will tell what is production. Production, it means transformation of input into output is to be considered as production. Is to be considered means anything which can be transformed, which inputs can be transformed, anything which can be transformed from and form an output which to be used, that is to be considered as production. That means production means give a form to input into some output. Transform of input into some output, that is to be considered as production. Clear? Now I am going to make you understand that is what is production function. What is production function? The functional relationship between physical input and output and physical output are to be considered as production function. Clear? Means the functional relationship between physical input and physical output of what? Of a commodity is considered as production function. That is clear? Suppose production function is denoted as Qx. Then the functional relationship between L, that is labor, and capital we are going to denote as, that is with K, that is to be considered as. So the functional relationship between labor and capital to produce any output is to be considered as what? It is production function. Suppose for making chair, what labor and capital we are using, means labor and capital we are using for producing chair, that is to be considered as, it is considered as production function. It is considered as production function. Clear? Now production function, these are of three types. In your book it is given in two types. Mostly it is considered two types, but the duration of production function that I am going to tell, that is of three types. First, very short run period, very short period or very short run period. Under very short run period production function, it is a period in which output can be changed output can be changed means very short run period. It is a period in which outcome cannot be changed by changing any of the factor. Means very short run period, it is a period in which output cannot be changed by changing any of the factor. Either it is a variable, means the output cannot be changed by changing both the factor, that is variable and fixed factor. We cannot change for changing our output. That period is considered as very short run period. I am giving the example to make you clear that suppose you require black trouser. You will move to shop, garment place, and at that shop you are asking. So suppose that shopkeeper is not having that trouser, that color of trouser in his shop. So it is not possible to make it available for you, that black trouser, because he is not in that position, because you required as much as possible, and in that time period it is not possible by changing any of the factor to produce one or two trouser for the producer. That is clear. So that period is to be considered as very short run period, in which none of the factor can change for changing output. Clear? Means output cannot be changed in that period. Next, that is short run. Short run period. Under short run period, the output can be changed only by changing variable factor. It is a period in which the output can be changed only by changing variable factor. That period is to be considered as short run period, in which only variable factor can be changed for changing what, and fixed factor remain constant for changing output. For example, suppose we have a land and 80% of land is used for production. Still some more crops are demanding, means some more producers are demanding, so we can increase by changing our variable factor, labor, seeds and all, raw material and all. But we cannot, after using 100%, we cannot increase if the whole 100% is going to be utilized of land. We are not able to produce or make the available goods. That period is to be considered as short run period, in which only variable factor can change the output. Fixed factor remain constant. We cannot change the fixed factor. That period is to be considered as short run period. Next, that is long run period. Long run period. Long run period in which we can change the output by changing both the factor. That period is to be considered as what? Long run period. Suppose now in agriculture, in the same land you will get the time of 1 year. Now you are able to change the output as you will get the time, more time you are getting for in purchasing land and other things, other resources. That is clear. So in that period, it is a period in which the output can be changed by changing both the factor. It is to be considered as what? Long run period. Is it clear? Now I am going to explain the factor which is to be used in the production. That's, you know it very well. These are two factors, that is variable factor and fixed factor. So first of all, I will make you understand variable factor. Variable factor are those factor which can be changed in short run period of time. Not very short run, but short run period of. We can change the factor. That factor is to be considered as what? Variable factor. For example, raw material, casual labor. By changing, these are the variable factor. By changing them, we can change the output for are what? For producing goods, for increase in the production. If I am talking about this factor, variable factor, it directly affect with the level of output. Means as the variable factor increase, output also increase. Suppose one labor is there working on land. If we add one more, two more, then obviously it will affect the level of output. The output will increase. Next factor, that is what? That is your fixed factor. Fixed factor. Those factor which cannot be changed in short run period, that factor are to be considered as what? Variable fixed factor. Those factor which cannot be changed in short run period, that factor are to be considered as fixed factor, and it will not affect with change in output. With level of output, it will not affect. For example, rent of the land. Suppose if you are hiring, interest on fund that you have raised as a borrowing fund. Clear? So these are variable fixed factor. Now next, that is I am going to make you understand concept of product. Concept of product. What is product? Product means volume of quantity of goods which is produced, quantity of goods produced by a farm. The quantity which is to be produced by the producer during a specific period of time, specified period of time, is to be considered as product. This product, it can be analyzed in three types. That is, first is total product. Total product means total quantity of goods which produced by a farm during a given period of time with a given number of inputs with a available resource. Whatever the total quantity of goods that is to be produced by a farm during a given period of time are to be considered as total output. Suppose, for example, 10 laborers are there. They produce 40 kg of wheat. So this 40 kg of wheat is what? That is total product. Clear? Now next angle, that is difference, that three different angles of product. So first is total product, next is average product. Average product. Average product means per person. Average product means output per unit of variable input. What means per variable input? How much output they are producing per unit output per unit of variable input. If total product, suppose total product is 40 kg, that is to be produced by 10 labor. That is to be produced by 10 labor. Is it clear? Then how will find average product? Means per labor productivity is to be considered as average product. That is 40 divided by 10. That is 4. This 4 kg is average product. So for getting average product, what we will do? We will divide the total product with unit of variable factor. Unit of variable factor. Clear? Next, that is marginal product. Marginal product, it means addition in the total product when one more unit of variable factor is employed. When a firm is employed one more variable factor in the production process, and that variable factor that add in the total product, it is to be considered as what? That is marginal product. For example, if 10 laborers producing 40 kg of rice. If we add one more labor, that is 11 labor, now 46 kg of rice. So how we will get marginal product? We will deduct this 46 means marginal product, total product of M, that is which is to be produced by 11 labor minus 10 labor previous one. ठीक है ना, TPN minus 1. So when we include that 6 kg is what? Marginal product. Clear? When we include one more labor, that will add to the total, whatever the product he will add to the total output, that is to be considered as what? Marginal product. Clear? Okay. Yes, now the next topic, that is law of variable proportion. Law of variable proportion. Law of variable proportion, it states that as more and more variable factor combined with fixed factor, variable factors combined with fixed factor, the marginal product, marginal means additional unit of product, of variable factor may initially at the starting stage rise, but eventually a situation must come when marginal product, I am writing short to make you understand, that's why I am repeating that it is marginal product of variable factor start decreasing or declining. Even MP may ultimately the situation will come become zero or even negative. This is a law that I will make you understand. Firstly, I am giving the definition. When we combine more and more variable factor with fixed factor, variable factors combined with fixed factor, initially the marginal product of variable factor start rising, but eventually a situation must come when this marginal product start declining and may ultimate become zero or even negative. How? That I will make you understand with this example. Suppose this is a fixed factor, that is land, and we will take this is variable factor, that is labor. Okay, so while we are combining one fixed factor in with combined factor, obviously as more and more variable factor combined, it is start, because there is an optimum, there the resources going to be utilized, and obviously by using the resources the production is going to be increasing. So in that, marginal product increase and TP is increasing with the total product is increasing with increasing rate. Is it clear? As you know, as the when we combine a one labor with this land variable factor with fixed factor, obviously the other will come with more efficiency, and when will they contribute? Obviously the production of the product, it's increasing. Now that is the first stage. Second stage, that is the first stage. Second stage, when we are going to utilize the, when we are combining combining a variable factor with, and we are utilizing the whole land. Obviously now the resources are fully utilized and we are not able to, in this situation, to increase the production, to increase the fixed factor. So at that condition, in this condition, the thing is arising, instead of increasing marginal product is going to be declining. Obviously the resource is going to be utilized. Now if we are adding one more, he is not going to increase the production, that factor is not going to increase the production. Because of that, he is going to decrease, the production is going to be decreased because the resources are fully utilized. Now there will be a no capability on land to produce more. So instead of increasing, it will reduce the production, marginal product, and TP will increase but with decreasing rate, okay. Now the third stage. In third stage, when we combine more and more factor, already the resources are fully utilized. Now if we are adding more and more, suppose there is a need of 50 labor and we are combining, we are employing 150 laborers. So obviously they are going to exploit the resources, that is land, and it will create the situation of wear and tear. And instead of this, MP is going to be declined. One more situation that I am going to tell you over here. Now in this, the production is going to be, the factor is going to be, fixed factor is going to be fully utilized, so decline. In the same situation, one more situation will come, condition will come, as instead of this MP declining, MP become 0, means the, when we are combining the one more factor with fixed factor, one more variable factor with fixed factor, he is not putting his efforts and he is not able to produce a single unit of produce. So MP, here MP becomes 0 and TP is constant. TP will not increase or decrease. Now the situation will come, then instead of, suppose 50 labor are required and we are going to employ 150 labor. So in that condition, it exploit the resources and it create the situation of wear and tear. So instead of producing more, the marginal product is going to be negative, means they reduce the production, the marginal product will exploit the resource, and instead of that, the total product is going to be fall. Total product, instead of increasing, it's going to be fall, because it will create the wear and tear situation. So instead of producing more, marginal product become negative, additional unit is become negative, and TP is going to be fall. So this is law of variable proportion. Now I'm going to make you understand with the schedule. Units of fixed factor, that is land, that we have taken, variable factor, total product, and marginal product. That is clear? Marginal product. So obviously land is always constant, 1, variable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when we are going to go with this marginal product, when we are 2, 3, 4, now you can see 3, 2, 1, 0, and even now you can see that as we are combining more and more variable factor with fixed factor, in the initial stage, in this stage the marginal product increasing, in this stage it declining, it becomes 0 and even negative. The total product 2 plus 3 5, that is 9, when 12, 14, 15, 14. As you can see, total product, earlier it is increasing with increasing at 2 plus 3, 5, 12, 4, 9, now 3, 2, 1, even 0. So here is it is constant and thus. Clear? Now I am going to show with diagram. This is a graph, two graph I will plot in the same. This is a graph of total product we will take on this one, and marginal product, total product we will take on this one, and marginal product we will take on this graph. Is it clear? X-axis, that is out, y-axis, y-axis. A marginal product we will take, variable factor we will take here, and marginal product here. So as we are combining more and more, the total product firstly increasing, then constant, and then one situation will come, then fall. Is it clear? Marginal product initially starting, then declining, even become 0 and negative. This here, these are the three stages. First stage, second stage constant, and third when it fall, then that is clear. The stage of first that I have made you clear with the example with this diagram. Clear? Okay. Now I will going to make you understand the causes of first increasing return to a factor, or increasing return to a factor. First stage is why it is increasing. The first point, that is fuller utilization of fixed factor. In the first stage that you have seen, well, I have shown you with the diagram with land and labor one example. In that stage, the fixed factor remain underutilized. So it's not utilized in a fuller, means optimum way. The fuller utilization is still remain. So when we are adding variable factor with fixed factor, obviously in the initial additional unit of variable factor, obviously they will put their best efforts, and it will add more and more to total product. It will increase the total product with increasing rate. Okay. Next, that is division of labor and increase in efficiency. As you know, when we are employing one more variable factor, that is labor, he may be used for different process of production. He may be specialized for producing more. So this increase in the efficiency in variable factor in labor, obviously it will result in increase in production. Clear? Third, that is better coordination between factors. As the fixed factor remain underutilized, till the fixed factor remain underutilized, addition of or combining of variable factor with this factor, obviously it improves the degree of coordination between fixed and variable factor, and it will the result will increase in the factor of production. Clear? And the factor of production of goods. Clear? Next, that is causes of diminishing return. To a factor. Fixity first, that is fixity of fixed factor. As you know, the fixed factor is fixed, means it cannot be increased or decreased. So when we are combining more and more variable factor with this fixed factor, obviously when it will be later, it will be get excessively utilized. It suffer with the situation of wear and tear and lose its efficiency. So instead of increasing the product, marginal product is going to be decline, and TP is also increased with increasing rate. decreasing rate. Clear? Next, imperfect factor substitutability. As you know, these both the factors are not a perfect substitute to each other. It can be substituted with up to its extent, but when more and more labor cannot be continuously used in place of land, in place of capital, so according to that, the diminishing return is going to be bound, and if only increasing factor will not able to increase the output. That is clear. So because of that, the production is going to be declined. Poor coordination between factors. As increasing more and more variable factor with fixed factor, it disturbs the idle factor ratio and it will reduce the production. The TP is going to be declined. Clear? Now I am going to go with the assumptions on which this law is based. First, state of technology. State of technology means the condition of technology remain constant. Next, ratio in which factor of production combined can be changed, and variable factor are homogeneous or equally efficient. Means the variable factor, these are equally efficient and always increase one by one. Clear? Yes, the next topic, the relationship between TP and MP, that is relationship between total product and marginal product. So as we have understood the concept of total product, marginal product, average product, and even through law of variable proportion, we have also take how additional unit of variable factor will put his efforts to increase the total product. So I am going to make you understand the relationship between total product and marginal product. Firstly I am going to make with the total product. As we have seen, now I am going to make you understand in very easy manner. As much as MP increase, TP increase with increasing rate, total product increase with increasing rate. That is clear. Now I am going to next, as much as MP going to be fall, MP is going to be fall, TP increase but with decreasing rate, total product will increase but with decreasing rate, because the additional unit of variable factor when we combine with fixed factor, as the resources are fully utilized, so fixed factor that much they don't have that much of capacity to produce more, so the total product increase but with decreasing rate and marginal product will fall. One situation will come when the whole fixed factor are utilized, means there will be a fuller utilization of resources. So after adding one more, TP have also obviously fixed factor have some limit. They have it has some limit to produce the things. After that, it will come to that situation that resources are not going to maximize, mean that is here maximum limit. After it, if the variable factor is going to be combined, it will create another situation. So one situation will come when MP become is equal to 0. At that condition, TP is at maximum point, means after that TP's total product is at maximum point when marginal product will be 0. One point will come, one situation will come, at that point marginal product will be 0, means adding one more variable factor with fixed factor after the fuller utilization of resources, the employee is not the variable factor labor is not going to produce more, not going to produce additional unit, because the resources are fully utilized. Fixed factor are not able to produce more, it has its limit. So after that limit position, total product is get at maximum point when MP becomes 0. As MP become negative, at that condition, TP, instead of increasing, total product is going to be fall. That is the relationship between TP and MP. Is it clear to everyone, or is there any confusion to anyone? No. And now again, if as MP increase, TP increase with increasing rate. As MP fall, TP increase but with decreasing rate. As MP becomes 0, TP is at maximum point, means इससे ज़्यादा total product नहीं होगी. When MP become negative, instead of increasing, total product is going to be decline, fall. TP is decreasing. Is it clear? Now the thing is next relationship, that is relationship between average product and marginal product. Average product and marginal product. AP is average product, MP is marginal product. That is clear? If you want, I will write average product and this is marginal product. Now I will make you understand in very easy manner to this relationship of AP and MP. AP, MP, AP, MP. Listen my word very carefully to make you understand in a good way, or to remind you this relationship forever. That will make you easier to make anyone understand. I have given something to make it understand in a well manner. Suppose this AP you will consider aap, and this MP ma papa, mom, mummy, papa. That is clear? Okay. Now I am going to understand. Yes. First, when AP is greater than MP. When AP is greater than MP. Up, listen it carefully. When you think yourself that you are much talented, giving more priority to yourself rather than your parents. अगर आप ये सोचते हैं कि आप अपने माँ बाप से बड़े हैं, मम्मी पापा से बड़े हैं, जो भी आप सोचते हैं वो सही सोचते हैं, उनके अकॉर्डिंग जो भी आप करेंगे अपनी लाइफ में वो सही सोचेंगे उनके अकॉर्डिंग rather than what they are thinking, and you are giving due importance to your thoughts, to your things. तो will you be fall to others eyes or not? Yes, obviously आप लोगों की नज़रों में गिरेंगे. तो that AP falls. That is clear. जब आप अपने मम्मी पापा से अपने आप को बढ़कर सोचेंगे, सारे डिसीजन खुद ही कि सही मानेंगे, उनको कुछ नहीं समझेंगे, तो आप लोगों की नज़रों में गिरेंगे या बढ़ेंगे? गिरेंगे. तो at that condition AP fall. That is clear. Next, that is when AP is less than MP. मतलब आप अपने माँ बाप मम्मी पापा को अपने से बढ़कर समझेंगे और उनकी हर चीज़ को फॉलो करेंगे, उनका हर डिसीज़न सही मानेंगे और सोचेंगे वही आपके लिए सब कुछ है, वो सबसे बढ़कर है, उनका हर गाइडेंस आपके लिए सही है. देन यू विल बी मेक योर इमेज इन द आइज ऑफ पब्लिक और नॉट? यस, ऑब्वियसली. तो आप लोगों की नज़रों में उठेंगे. तो AP rises. That is clear. Next, when AP is equal to MP. When AP is equal to MP, जब आपके मम्मी पापा आपको अपने समान समझेंगे, इक्वल समझेंगे, सोचेंगे कि हाँ अब हमारा our child is equal to us, now we are going to share each and everything. लोगों तो आप अपने आप को सबसे ऊपर समझेंगे. तो AP is at maximum position when AP is equal to MP. Maximum. ठीक है. MP become 0 and नेगेटिव. आपके पेरेंट्स बिना खाए सो सकते हैं, बिना खाए सो सकते हैं, ज़मीन पे सो सकते हैं, लेकिन वो आपको कभी भी नहीं सोने देंगे. तो AP बिकम 0 एंड नेगेटिव. AP नेवर बिकम 0 and negative. That is clear. So while you are going through to write all the things in a statement way, you will get, suppose both the things I am going to understand. As much as MP increase, you can write as much as MP increase, TP increase with increasing rate. As MP is diminishing, TP increase but with diminishing decreasing rate. As MP becomes 0, TP is at maximum position. MP become negative, TP fall. That is your statement. You should write like this. Now here, when AP is greater than MP, AP fall. When MP is greater than AP, AP rise. When AP is equal to MP, AP is at maximum position. AP becomes 0 and negative. Sorry, MP becomes 0 and negative. AP never becomes 0 and negative. That is clear. Chapter finished.